faith. So someone, Abby should lead us in a prayer, please. You need to unmute yourself.
All right. Lord Jesus, we thank you for today.
Amen.
Amen.
Time of fellowship, even if it's virtual. Lord, we're grateful for it. Be blessed through this time. Be with our teacher. Let us all be blessed through him. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
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 Okay, guys. Bye. All right. So today we're having an art session, okay? You don't really need to be an artist or whatever. We all did this in school. Some of you might have left this stuff, and this is a good opportunity to get back into the system, right? This is a good opportunity to link back into the gifts. You never know, some hidden gifts might be lying in there. So today is a day you kind of bring it out and show them. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to paint, or not paint, what we're going to draw today, any of you who has gone to Coventry, you will notice that in the main cathedral, I hope I'm right, we're going to draw today, you've got this sculpture on the wall of the chapel at Coventry, the main chapel at Coventry. And I thought it would be nice because it shows an enemy, it shows an angel, and it shows the devil being attacked. Now, I'm going to change the spear from this side to this side so that the spear goes straight into the devil's head. But kind of like the devil in this one is going to be like coronavirus. Are you with me? So basically, it's like what we have here today is like an angel coming to slay the corona. Are you with me?
Yeah.
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 Good. So that's the whole purpose. So you got to flow with me on this one. Hopefully we can all get. How many have we got on there now? About 20 or
Just under
15?
20.
This is the pencil I've got. It's a 2B, okay? Is it a 2B? Yeah, a 2B pencil. And then I got another one. It's a HB pencil. Right. Look, I have another pencil, but this is just to help me to go faster because it's a thick, very thick pencil. It's just like having, hold on. Yeah, that's it. It's just like having the whole pencil, the graphite in the middle of the pencil, but a thicker form. So I hope you can see that. It's all chopped up and ready to go. So if I'm using this, I'm not trying to discredit you. It's just, it helps me go faster. It's the same thing inside these ones, but it's thicker. It helps me for demo purposes. Okay. So can I have a big, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm using that.
Using what?
What that is.
So is everyone ready, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we're starting off.
Somebody have to be.
So the first thing we're going to do, guys, we got to get this right. The first thing we're going to do is we make sure that what we're going to do is actually going to work out proportionally. Because no matter what paper you're going to use, I'm going to make a little space where my work is going to go in. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to block this off.
But it's a big paper upstairs.
All right.
If you go upstairs,
I'm going to block this off.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like my space where I'll be working on. Like, so you hold on, you ain't falling, bro. So this is like my space I'm working on. I've just created a space here. And so it doesn't confuse people, I'm gonna block off the other white space so it doesn't confuse, right? So that's it. So this is my working space. So you will have a paper too, and you'll have your working space. To make sure that this works out proportionally, we must make sure we do a funny thing, which I'm going to show you now. I'm just going to do this just to make sure things work out, right? I'm going to carefully, on the reference I'm using, it's just a light line. So I'm just going to carefully go in between, in the middle, kind of like in the middle of the paper and in the middle of the paper. It just helps me get things proportionally. So I might just go in the middle of the paper and somewhere in the middle of this paper. I hope you can see the lines. These are construction lines. They don't need to be dark. That's why I've done them lightly, but it's to help me get this into proportion. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. And then another one I'm going to do is diagonal to diagonal. So I'm actually going to pull a diagonal all the way through to the end and a diagonal through all the way to the end. So I've got one diagonal going all the way like that. And I've got another diagonal going all the way like that. That's just to help me because I don't want this thing ending up, you know, I can't get the devil in. I could only get the angel in. So this is a good way to plot your way around this thing. The other one I'm going to do now is I'm going to have these other little diagonals from the middle all the way down. Another one middle all the way here. And another one from there all the way there. And another one from here all the way there. So what I've done basically is to just, I had this like this. I went from top to bottom, I went from side to side, and then I drew a diagonal through and another diagonal, and now I've just gone one diagonal, two diagonal, three diagonal, four. So I kind of have like, you know, this going on. Is this too technical or is everyone with me?
With you.
It's too technical. It's too technical.
This weekend.
It's too technical, right?
No, it's too technical. I can't do this.
I'm going to show, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go over it again, okay? So
Are you trying, Comfort? You have to try.
From the middle of your paper down, just approximately, yeah? From the middle here across, then a diagonal all the way through, and a diagonal all the way through, right? Now, once you've got that, because you've got the top, so you've got a vertical, a horizontal, and two diagonals. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to do the other diagonals, which is this one, this one, this one, and this one. Can everyone see how it looks now? Is it clear?
Mm-hmm.
Try and bring that closer. Is it clear?
Can you see my one? How does it look?
Is it clear?
Yes,
It's
uncle.
clear. It's clear.
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
Okay, good, good. So now I'm going to do the last part, which is a line through this and a line through that and a line through this and a line through that. Look, I would have used ruler for this, but you know, this is just like demo purposes, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing here, a line through this and a line through here and a line from the top to the bottom and a line through here. So what this helps me to do is to find what I call some hot spots. I'm going to try and gonna look for something to make sure, like a white pen. Hold on, just give me a second. Let's just find this white pen. Give me a second, yeah? Just stand up and get a white pen, if I could find one. None, none. Okay, let me check here again. Okay, found it. So what this does is I'm just going to mark some hot spots, the middle of this place. Come on now, come on. Got some, I'm going to mark, yeah, a dot there. Don't run. Just wanted to mark it. A dot there, a dot here, a dot there, a dot here. Don't run down, baby. A dot there, a dot in the middle, one dot here, one dot there. Just little dots in hotspots. I call these my hotspots. Just dots. They're just going to help me when I'm sketching this whole thing, right? So is everyone okay with where we are and how we're going so far? I'm going to start. Pardon?
Should we do the hotspots as well on our sheet, or no?
No, because you can only see, yeah, you might just want to do it little. So I'm going to put one here, like a ball here, a hotspot there, a hotspot there, a hotspot here, a hotspot there, a hotspot there, one there, one here, and one here. So my main hotspots are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
And they are all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did everyone get that, please?
Yeah.
9 hotspots. Is everyone with me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sure?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. So now we are going to start the proper drawing. And this is where you just have to pay attention. And not only that, but just enjoy this part, because this is where it gets crazy. And spiritually, you just have to follow every move, literally follow every move. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I might be moving a little bit faster. And if I move fast, if you can't move to the farthest steps, then what happens is that you might go astray. I can't do anything about that, but I can show you the way, but I can't give you the pace. You have to do it, all right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, here
We'll
we
try
go.
our best.
So from the top, the first thing I want to get is the angel's head. And I'm going to do that with a little circle right here, because I know it comes a little bit above this hot spot here. So I'm going to do a circle right there. And then the other thing I want to get is the devil's head. I want to make sure I get that one. And I notice the devil's head, it sits in this area around here, because I know it's around here. Do you understand? Let me actually number these so you might be able to understand. This is 0. This is line 1. This is line 2. This is line 3. This is line 4. This is line 1. This is line 2. This is line 3. This is line 4. This is 0. This is line 1. This is line 2. This is line 3. This is 0. This is line 1. This is line 2. This is line 3, 4. I'm going to put the same numbers here so that I can tell you the numbers where I am, so it can make sense. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 Do you get where? Did you all get that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you all get that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so the devil's head is definitely between line 2 and 3 on this level, and between line 2 and 3 on this level. So I can just put it in the corner somewhere around here. You can see where I'm placing. Look at where the devil's head is here. I can just place a circle very lightly because I want the 2 heads in. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Now, this is where you got to be really following. Now, the legs of the angel, I want to make sure I key that in from the beginning. So I'm going to do a light line just like this. I kind of plan in the light line on top of the devil's head, and it goes across like that. So I'm just making sure that I'm going to get the head in and the legs in the right place. Is everyone okay? So I've got the angel's head and the width of the angel's legs. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I want to make sure I also get the devil's legs in. Look at this lovely little arc around here. Not an arc, but like a triangle. It's like a right angle triangle. It's not the devil's leg itself. It's a right angle triangle just in this hot spot here, and it goes like that. And that's a nice, we call it a negative shape. And then there's another little triangle in this place here where I can just draw in there, And that's a lovely shape because that gives us the devil's leg, and I can pull that down. And then I'm going to get this triangle inside here, just inside here. And I notice if I just draw a kind of a fake sort of triangle in there, I can almost, as it were, get the, what's this part of the body called again?
The calf.
The calf. I can get the calf in. And now all I need to do is to get this knee all the way the thigh and just draw a straight line. Just keep going a straight line. All this place is dark, so don't worry. But we just have to lift. We have to lift the line. When it gets to the middle, when it gets to this middle line, we lift it. So we just lift it till around here. So we lift it. You know, this is the middle line. So we lift it to around here, and that creates his back. So all of a sudden, we've got the devil in proportion, and we're able, and this remember, this represents the corona. So the corona is being defeated, okay? So is everyone with me where we are?
Yes.
Yes, I think the proportions the book really helps, but the proportions are still, you know.
Dodgy, yeah? Don't worry, at least we're in order. Now we're going to get this other part of the devil, which is this part here. Because remember, look at how there's another triangle. It's another negative shape in there. And that would lead us to the devil's chest. And then his neck. If you notice the neck, it goes kind of like, it almost goes like a concave to this straight line. So a concave to this straight line. But at the back of that line, you have the shoulder, and the shoulder, it goes all the way down. Watch the shoulder, it goes all the way down. Look at it. But carefully, what I've noticed is that the shoulder, because I didn't draw this line straight, it needs to be straight, but I'm just going to fudge it, right? So the shoulder should sit somewhere here. And you've got this chest thing over here. And this leg continues around here. And then in this little circle here, you just need to put some sort of, it's just a demo leg. Just we get his feet in. Can you see? So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a negative shape. Actually, I'm going to make sure you see this by making this in white. This is the shape I need to see. Just a shape like that, because that creates the devil's back, the back of his head. I've made it a little bit white. You can see it's like a little map thing I've done there. And that's what I'll be looking for here. So I'm just going to come in here, make that shape, pull it in, out, and down. And then continue with this head. And now I can get the devil's head, like some way, somehow, just. So can everyone see how all of a sudden I've been able to get the devil? Can everyone see that figure there?
Yes.
Yes,
More
sir.
or less.
See how I was able to get it, like, so it doesn't run out of the paper and all sorts start happening? Can everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now all I'm going to do is with the side of my pencil, I'm going to create a shadow. So this is broad strokes. So just use the side of your pencil with a broad stroke like this. If you're using a thin pencil, you need to put it on the side, and you get the side will go like that. Is this a 2B? Yeah, a 2B. And what you need to do first of all is to create the shape. So I am going to create the shape first so you can see it. The shape of the shadow goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just creating the shape of the shadow so you can see the shape. And there's one inside here, a lovely shape. And there's another one inside here, lovely shape. That's the shadow shape. I just need to replicate something similar to that inside my drawing. So here I go. 1, just follow the movement. There's one inside here. It goes round. It comes in. around. Oh, bless you, bless you. It goes in, and then there's another one that comes out. It goes in, it goes round. You're just creating a shadow. It doesn't have to be accurate, but at least it should somehow look as if this whole sculptural piece is casting a shadow onto the surface. And then around here, I think because I blocked it off, it should have been around there, but I'm going to continue, go in and have it and out. So I've created the shadow. Everyone seen the shadow right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so now, and there's a little shadow in here. Now I'm going to use the broad stroke technique, and I am going to shade the shadow with the broad stroke technique. Look at the broad stroke. Remember I said if you have a 2B pencil, you're going to go like this. And if you, and it's just by the side. So watch. Just continuously fill in that gap. Continually fill in the gap. Just keep on going. Continually. Make it as dark as possible because it's a nice dark shadow. I'm using the side of the pencil and inside here, make sure I fill it all up. And I'm going to come here again. A nice shadow, very nice shadow. Make it as dark as possible. So I'm really going to go in. I'm adding pressure to make sure it gets as dark as I want it to. More pressure, more pressure, more pressure, more pressure. I can go any way, but as far as I don't go out of the lines, the contour lines I created. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All the way round. I'm just going to refer to this drawing to see whether there's a more, whether I got the shadow right. Yeah, okay. Just a little bit there and it goes darker. So that is the devil kind of sorted in some way. Now we move to the angel. Is everyone okay?
Yep.
Is everyone okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we're moving to the angel. Remember, the angel is a bit like it has wings. So we want to make sure we go for the wings first. So I'm going to show you the negative shapes that I'm going to block out. I'm going to block out a shape like this. I'm going to simplify it. So I need to have this sort of shape away. I need to have this sort of shape away. Look at the shape in the middle of the head. I need to block that out. Look at all this. So all I'm doing is creating shapes around it. Around it. It's going to make it easier to draw. Because once you start seeing things in forms and shapes, you will never get bogged down with detail. Because this is the system all the master artists use from the beginning of time. It's being able to create negative shapes so that it makes drawing easier. You see what I've done there?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to do the same thing on my paper. First one, up here, I know there's a line that goes like this, and there's a line that goes like that, and I know there's a line that comes all the way down, and then there's this funny line. Look at it, it goes one, it goes around, it goes down, another one comes in, and then it stops, and then it comes out, and then down again. That creates this side of the angel. Now let's go for the head. Remember where we put the head, and remember where this hotspot is. This hotspot is very important because it shows us where the neck of the angel is, and we're going to just make sure that we get the lines around it. So one here, one there, one continuously here, one over, down, up again. What we're doing is the wings, but we're simplifying it so we can get things in proportion. Now we're going straight to where in the middle here, we're going where the legs are. So we're going to move down, down, down. And I want to balance up to where the waist is here. And somewhere in the middle, I'm going to make this line clearer by drawing a white line through so you can see the line that goes through these two hot spots. You see what I've done there? It will help me know where I am on the paper so I can actually continue this line. It should be on the same level, and this one goes across, down, and over. And now I can get the foot in. This foot goes all the way, all the way, all the way. Now I can get it to the tip of the devil. And remember, I need to create a shape. This is where I'm going now. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, like that. And I'm trying my best to make sure that I get it also in this way. So let's actually start from here. This is where I'm starting from now. And let's take that down. Let's take it down. Let's take it down. We're in there. We're in, out, in, and we're moving right from there. And we go around, and we got this lumpy one that comes down, and then we've gone in again, and then all of a sudden we bring this up, and then we've created some sort of shape, or so to speak. And then the last bit of it, we don't want to get this head too big. Big heads are bad, so it's better your angel's head is small than big. So I've kind of like made it a little bit smaller there, and let's just join this wing to it. And we've got the whole angel shape. Boom. So everything's definitely going to be proportioned. That kind of makes me happy when I can get everything into proportion at this point. Is everyone with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to do the hands. Remember I said I'm going to move the spare from this side to this side so it can go into the devil's head. Okay? So I want to make sure it really goes straight into the devil's head. So I'm going to go a straight line up from the devil's head and plot where the spare should be, like that. And then I know that this hand is almost on line 1, like a circle, the fist. I'm going to put a fist like a circle there. And then from here, let's just create an arm. That's one arm with a fist, in and out. And then another arm. This one, because we don't really need this one again, but we're going to put it there, just a circle, and then create some sort of arm flowing out from there, like that. And all of a sudden we can join, and we can join together, and somehow we are getting in order the feeling that we were kind of looking for at the start, kind of get I'm going to extend the hand because it's nearer to this. Just make sure that the hand is not too short. So make sure I plot that in a way, get that spare straight in. So I've got some sort of arm going out, and I've got this, and I've got the head, and I've got things in order some way. Now I'm going to go for where the cloth ends right here, and let's get that in somewhere. It goes like that. And then there's a nice cloth from the side. Remember, this was a shadow. So inside of this, there will be a point where the real cloth that the real cloth that the angel is wearing then comes through. And then everyone should now be able to go straight where the wings are under this arm, because there's another shadow right at the bottom, like that. And there's another shadow at the bottom of these wings, like that. It's like a shadow created. So everyone, are we okay at this level now? Because now I'm going to darken the shadows like I did with the devil's one. Are we there?
Yes. 30 more seconds.
I lost half of the whole town there.
We're trying.
Oh,
30 more
can
seconds.
you give us, just a few seconds just to...
Yes. Woo! Woo! Okay, I'm gonna darken the shadow so you can actually see, okay?
Okay.
Look at Victor's face. Concentration.
One is drawing. You can't get his attention.
See, this is drawing.
Why the voice is gone?
Okay. So you can now see now, there's another shadow here, around here. I'm just going to make sure I put that one in, and I'm going to go dark inside there too.
No, do what you.
So has everyone got a feel of the whole thing now?
Trying.
This is where you have to follow the father's step. That was really tough. Even I didn't know what I was doing.
I'm still doing some shading. Please.
What about other people? Let's hear, because this is a crucial point in the whole thing. We're halfway
We're
through.
still doing shading.
No.
We're still doing shading.
What are we doing?
We're still doing shading.
Who's still doing shading?
They're shading the devil. Lord.
Who's still doing shading?
I'll be shading the devil. Come on, look.
You guys are not revealing your drawings, so all of you are showing.
Turn off the thingy.
I can only see who is here. Hold on. Tolu, where is your drawing?
Mine's terrible.
Sydney, where is your own? More blessing. Where's your drawing?
Kirsty.
The host has disabled the video.
No, you can disable.
You guys are doing well. I saw one just a minute ago. Wow.
Mine is frozen. Mine looks like a gingerbread rising from the bed.
It's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. We're gonna get it. Wow, Sydney. Whose is that? Is that Sydney?
Wait,
let's see. Where are we? Where's this? Let's see, Sydney.
I can't see mine. Too much light.
Okay, too much. That's good. That's really good. Comfort, very good. Yeah, I love it. Wow. Comfort, good. Who is AFM UK?
Ayo.
That's
It's
so
not
good.
great, but I'm trying.
Tell you the whole thing, right? Don't worry whether you are not.
This is a masterpiece.
Exactly.
Mute yourselves now if you're not Uncle
Yeah?
Ben.
So don't worry whether you're not getting it exactly. Remember, this is just your first or so attempt at this. But what you're learning now is a skill that I've perfected for the last 40 years.
That's true.
So don't be discouraged. What I want you to be able to do is to take your time and follow what I'm doing. And then you can even try it afterwards when you're more settled. So I'm going to go straight into what I call the proper line drawing now. And I'm going to start from the angel's features to the devil's features. This is where you just follow. It's just lines and features now. Proper features. Okay? Let's go. Right. So from the top of his head, I know he's still got hair. The angel has got hair.
Right.
And he's got eyes. For his eyes, I'm just going to block in some darks. Just some darks, like he's wearing dark sunshades. I'm going to block in a little tone for his nose, just underneath. And I'm going to make the top lip of his mouth dark. And then under his bottom lip, I'm going to shade it. And then under his chin, I'm going to shade under his chin. I'm going to shade under his chin. And that makes us get the neck, which is going to go straight into the hot spot in the middle there. Now I'm taking this all the way from here, and I'm going to go into some anatomy now. You've got the bicep here, and then it cools down, and then it goes up again, and then it cools down, and it goes straight into this hand, and you've got some fingers to create that side of him. And then we move across now, biceps. Rotimi has a lot of biceps. He was doing that this morning. You move from there, you go into this hand, which I want to hold the spear, create a circle, bring that down, okay? And then create another little form underneath. So I've got that arm in. The next arm I want in, it goes straight, it bends a little, it creates just a straight line to join up with the chest. So look, I've been able to get the arms in. This is all about like the detail now. Now I'm going into the chest. The chest, you can see me going the chest. I'm using the broad stroke now for the chest, broad. So the chest, and then I'm just gonna play with some six-pack things. It might not be exactly six-pack, but just kind of like six-pack one, just play around. But what I'm really gonna do is to make sure I give him some V shape, like really bring him down, muscular, V shape, like really strong, like nice muscles, just bringing anatomy here, like really nice, strong stuff coming in there. Just create some effects over there. And then I'm going to make sure, I'm going to cover up a little bit because, you know, apostolic faith, you don't want to go put this online and say, yeah, I'm showing you something. So we're going to cover that up a bit over here, and we're going to start the material from here, and we're going to go across, just across, just across,
Wow.
just across, just down, 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 down. All the thing is just flowing now. All the cloth is flowing. And then the thigh comes out right here. And then he's wearing these lovely, amazing boots that have these kind of like ribbon things, or I don't know what it is, but it creates a nice superhero effect. And even though he doesn't have that kind of thigh, we're going to give him some muscular thighs, just create that muscular feeling around there. And then for this leg, which is the one here, actually let's rule it, that leg shouldn't be too far, just something at the bottom like that. That leg's a bit dodgy, so we're just going to put it in anyway. It's a dodgy leg. You know when dodgy things, you just don't pay too much attention. And then underneath the cloth, because it's sculpture, we're going to make underneath hair dark, and we're going to make underneath hair dark. So we've made underneath there dark, okay? And now I'm going to hold on here and ask people how they're doing. How you doing, people?
Not good.
I'm trying to catch up.
Can you wait for a few minutes? Just give me a few minutes.
Okay, I'm with you.
I kind of drew a dress for the angel.
You're going to draw a dress. Okay, keep going. You're going to put a dress on him. Okay.
Mine is not looking like yours, Uncle, but it's okay. It's part of the process.
That's it. Everything is a learning thing, people, okay? Yeah. Don't be discouraged. I told you, don't be discouraged. So I'm gonna go to the cloth again. Remember, I'm taking the cloth all the way from here. I'm gonna give him some sort of belt. Remember what I said? And I'm gonna create the effects from here. Flap, 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 flap. In, over, 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 over. I wanna create a nice feeling of the cloth, and I want to differentiate that from the rest of the body, because remember, they created this like the Spartans, or these kind of warriors, like the gladiators. So they're like chested people with strong muscles. So I'm going to create more on the chest, even though it's not like that. I want to create more on the chest, and then a little bit of dark on the hands here, just a little bit of dark because of the foreshortening. Just create a little bit of dark, and a little bit of dark on the hands over here, just a little bit of dark, and the muscle going in there. All right, so the muscle, just a little bit of dark. And remember my spear. I wanted the spear to go straight into the devil's head, so I have to plot that because I moved it from this side. So I have to go carefully, light first. I think I've got it now, and then I'm going to go straight thick, and root that into the coronavirus. Bang! Just straight in. One shot into that corona. Boom. That's it. Just bust the corona head. Bust it like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's move on. Now we're going to do the wings. The wings are divided into 3. There's one set of wings here. There's another set of wings here. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah. And there's another set of wings. So I'm going to simplify it into 3. 1, 2, 3. And this one, there's one set of wings here. There's another set of wings here. And then there's another set of wings here. Wow. And then the rest. So this side is divided into 1, 2, 3. And this side is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what?
Wait, can you wait for like 30 seconds?
Yeah. I'll wait, bro.
We've only got 15 minutes of his time left, guys. So he can't wait too long.
No, I can do a little bit of carryover, but I want to make sure everyone's following. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Good. Are we together?
By God's grace.
Hallelujah. I'm going to use this time and sharpen my pencil.
Thank you.
Let's see what everyone's got.
If anyone's in Coventry, they will see this amazing sculpture. I did a film with the BBC, and that's when I went to Coventry, and it's amazing in the cathedral there. It's just amazing. I'd known this sculpture from when I was like 5 or 6 years old, because they used to give us these ladybird little books, like A5 inside, ladybird books, and one of them was about churches and cathedrals in England. And I never forget this image, because it was in front of the Coventry Cathedral, and it always showed the angel defeating the enemy. I always had that in my mind, that, you know, the angel always defeated and the enemy was always under his foot. So I thought it would be a nice thing, because we're facing the corona pandemic, to show this will actually be corona, you know? Yeah, so, yeah, are we there?
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue, right? Let's go into the wings. So what I'm going to be doing with the wings is this. All I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be doing this. Just creating flaps. Did you see that?
Okay, yeah.
On the test board. So let's go for the first ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's section 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Section 2. These ones go straight. 1, 2, 3. Section like that. These ones go across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These ones flap. 1, 2, 3. Over here, they flap this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, flap. These ones go up. 1, 2, 3. These ones go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wings. All the wings. And then at the tip, because we want to make it look real, at the tip, just start doing this. Just to make it look like we're master featherists. Boom, 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 boom. So it's going to look as if we knew what we were doing all along, creating a feather effect.
Wow.
Boom. And then we come here at the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just create that effect at the edge. Boom, boom. Again, we come here, create the same effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inside, same effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the tip, it's darker. At the tip is darker. So I'm going to darken that a little bit. And then there's a little bit across here. Little ones. 1, 2, 3. Little ones. 1, 2, 3. Little ones. And by the side, little ones. Just tiny little ones. Tiny little ones. And now I'm just going to darken this shadow a bit more, because I notice it's not looking dark enough. And because on that day the sun was shining, it created a nice shadow. So everyone got that so far? I noticed the number drop a bit. Some people run now. Don't worry, just chill. Come on.
Can you talk us through the edge of the feathers a bit more? You're making it darker, and are you accenting every line you drew before?
Yes.
The 36 people who are here are loyal.
I got some die-hard, man. I'm going to darken this a little bit more. And the darkening now, I'm going to actually make it follow the shadow of the feathers. So you're going to see me going in and out, 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 until I get to where the arm is and I stop. There's a little bit of feathers in here. You don't see it because it's all dark, but I'm going to run it in. There's some feathers in there. But the rest of it, they're dark, dark, really dark, because it will bring out, it's going to bring out the angel. It's going to really bring out the angel right there and over here, and just keep bringing that out and just flow with it. And then I'm going to go for some shade on his face. If you look at the face, this side is in the shade, is dark. I have another picture that I didn't cover up in white. Yeah, so this side, I'm going to go dark. Just watch how I create the 3D effect on the face. So the face, it gets light as it goes along. And from here, it goes dark. That's where there's a bit of a pattern. A little bit of the hair comes out there, and then it gets a bit light as it goes along. The neck is a bit dark around here, and over here, and over there. And this area, I noticed there's a shadow there. I missed that one, just around there. There's a nice shadow, so I missed that, so I'm going to put that in. Just a shadow around there. Okay? And I'm going to create some shadows inside the leg just to show this leg, the way it moves. So I'm going to draw the leg first, like, and then from the sides, I'm going to be picking forms, like just shading, like flicking up, like this. Flick, 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 go, 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 go. And then shade, 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 shade. And I'm going to shade the side of this thigh because it needs some shade. You look at how it goes dark around that area. Shade that. I'm going to shade this side.
Wow.
Shade, shade, shade. Okay. Now I'm going to darken some parts of the wings. Maybe this part because it looks a bit dark here, just a little bit, just to show some like a little bit of what will I call it? Just some shade. So this one will be a little bit darker. And then these ones will be lighter, broad strokes, but lighter pressure, just to give it some shade. And these parts, just lightly, just lightly. Then those parts, and then this part too, just lightly, so that it's not white, just tiny little things like that. And then under here, you know, just create some darks, really create those folds again, make them darker. Because that's what makes this whole thing beautiful, is the way the folds drape across the form of the angel. Just amazing drapery they call it. It's like a lovely thing, just nice drapery all going across. So I'm going to create a fist for the devil, for the angel, just like arms, fingers, and darken the spare a bit. And it goes straight into the corona, boom, splash. That's it. And now we're going to the devil. Be careful with the devil. Pray the Holy Spirit direct you. Don't mess about with that, bro. Now, here we go. So now I'm going to darken the calf. I'm going to darken the calf. I'm going to darken his jaw. He's got like a jaw. I'm going to darken that. And I'm going to make an air for him. He's got this air on this side, and it's dark. And then the rest of it is just his biceps and all. So I'm going to start shading this part of his leg. I'm going to shade downwards like that. So it's just going to go downwards, just downwards, just like that. And then when I get here, because of the foreshortening, I'm going to go a little bit dark. So it creates like where the knees went into the foot. All this will be lightly shaded. Just gonna lightly shade all this, lightly. Get into the torso, make this a little bit dark. Then get here, create some shade under his chest. And then in here, create his lovely biceps. In there, and then he does have a hand, let's see. But it's been tied at the back, so we don't really see it. I'm gonna darken the shadow a little bit more, make it dramatic. Now, what I'm gonna do, I have to find an eraser. I hope I never find where my erasers are. I'm gonna take away all the construction lines, all those construction lines around it, because I don't need them. Don't want people to know my technique. Only you lot have known it today. So we don't get to see this at the end, okay? All my kids nick the erasers. Oh, Lord have mercy. That can't be true.
Your razor's buying us time.
Is that what you're talking about now? Okay, try these things.
Thank God you can't find your eraser.
How about you play about this eraser thing, you know? I found it.
No.
What kind of prayer you people pray? Holy Spirit. Okay, so now I'm taking away all those construction lines because we don't want that to show at the end of the work because people are going to be thinking, what is all these lines for? He's making the thing look jaga jaga. So just take it off. Take all that off. Take all the lines off. All the construction lines, because once, you remember when you're building something, you don't leave the scaffolding on. Once you get the building sorted, you take the scaffolding away. So it creates a lovely, neat image as if we knew what we were doing from day one. I have to put the hat. That's the mantle. Out when she saw this hat. First of all, she laughed. She almost fell off her seat. So all construction lines gone. And then now, what we're going to do is to create a kind of face for the devil. So he's in agony. So just a sort of face for him. He's in agony. And shade it. He has these spiky things coming out of his head, like horns. And another one at the back. Got these like spiky things coming out. And then I'm just going to shade it as it is on the thing, because you know it's a sculptural piece and it's not really realistic. They kind of abstracted it a bit, but it's a really nice thing. I really like this sculptural piece. And then the legs are a bit dark at the bottom here. So I'm going to go for the dark bit around here. Just darken it. Darken this, really darken this. Go for it, make it dark. And then the foot with the feet, just make some toes and just shade that too. And really get this going. And that's kind of like the devil on over there, like that's the corona. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, because almost everything feels like now we've got the shadows in place. We've got the shadows in place. I'm gonna just do some shading overall just to make it feel dark and nice so you can have a feeling of it 3D wise. This is just me buffing it up, kind of like going for some areas, just making it have a bathed up feel around. One thing I want you to remember is the process. Once you remember this process, you can do it at any time because, you know, and I think they recorded this, so you can go at a slower pace, slow it down, follow everything the way we were going, and it will be okay. Now, we're going to create the effect of the wall. This is the last part. We've got 5 minutes more. We're going to create the effect of the wall. We don't want to overdo it. It's a parallel wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to just, how I'm going to do this. Bear with me. This is a bit, it has to go through some motions. So I'm going to have to put it this way. I hope you can still see the drawing though. Yeah.
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 Yes. Just need to do this. I'm going to go across it.
Yep.
I'm going to go across it just to create some sort of wall effect. So it looks like it's actually on the wall. Because this sculpture is kind of like on the wall. So I'm going to do some just nice brick effects, broad stroke, just run across the wall, creating an effect of just, I'm going to move it back. Just, I hope you can still see what I'm doing, you know, just create an effect of the wall, just a wall effect. And because some of the bricks are dark and some are light, I'm going to make some dark and some light.
Wow.
This is just an impression. So we're not actually drawing the whole wall, but just a funny impression, just to give people like a fake impression that we're actually doing the wall, but when we're not actually doing anything because we're just tippy-tappy all the way around. But it's a nice way of giving an impression of the wall. Sorry, I had to bend it at an angle because this is the only way it would be easy for me to do. Again, it's the broad stroke, but less pressure this time. Remember, pencil, paper, and eraser, that's all you need for this. It's not painting, it's just basic like drawing things. So it's something you can go back to. I love the pencil. It's always been my best medium. It's just that pencil works don't sell as much as paintings. If not, I'd only draw because I love drawing. That's why I call myself the addictive sketcher. Now I'm going to come back to this and you can see what's happened there.
Wow.
See the effect?
Sorry.
So, because some of the lines go down, also, I'm just going to create some effects of some of the bricks this way. I can do this one now. Just some effects of bricks this way. Some effects of the bricks this way. Just slowly, carefully, just create some effects of the bricks going down and up. And then the wall, I noticed there's this shadow of the arm. Yes, see this arm? It casts a shadow. That creates a nice reality. So I'm just going to create that shadow right there. Goes across. Goes across. And then this one, there's a brief shadow, not as dark as the other one. For this arm, goes across. And just keep it within the feel of the whole thing. Now, final bits. 1 more minute. Coronavirus. We put the name. No, let's call it COVID. It's more professional. That's how the African parents pronounce it. COVID.
Yes.
COVID.
Oh my goodness.
Is it COVID 18 or 19?
19.
19. Okay? And we want to call this one, what are we going to call this one? Ah, I forgot the highlights on the wings, because we want the wings to stand out. So I'm going to use the eraser to create highlights. Hold on. So I'm going to cut my eraser into a little kind of tip like this, tiny little tip. And I'm going to use this and the edges like this, just to make the wings look a little bit real. Just go into it, like create an effect. Okay, so I'm going to go in these ones too. Just create effects as if the wings were really real, like had this nice feeling to them. So it kind of makes it lighter and feel like wings, because the wings actually, they should be light-hearted and not heavy. So I'm going into the wings to create a nice effect of the thing, just to make it feel as if, you know, it's feathers, and we're kind of creating an imbalance from the sculptural thing now, and we're adding some motion to it. This is just where the whole character of the thing, and then some highlights on his face, like over here, just create some highlights on his chest, on the cloth, like let's create some highlights on the cloth, and highlights on the leg, and then highlights on the devil's face, because that receives some light, some highlights, and that's it. Ah, look at Messi's face. Oh, look, Mary. What happened now? Daily. Okay. I'm going to sign it, because you never know.
Yeah, and please send it to us so we can post it on Instagram.
So, but
send us
sign
a picture.
Yeah. Sign that. And that's it. And now let's take it down. The lovely thing about putting the tape around it, which I'm going to show you now, before we have a little bit of a Q&A, and then we pray.
Clean lines.
Okay, let's go this side. And then the top, which really doesn't matter, but you can see how it creates a nice border around the thing. Okay, so any questions? I can take questions, maybe 5 minutes, and then we pray. Any questions? Art, life, spirituality, 5 minutes, I can quickly do that. Everybody's gone like shy. No questions.
The only question I have is, why does mine not look like yours?
I explained that one now. I said the thing about, let me move this, let me straighten this so everyone can see. Is this clear enough for everyone?
Yes.
Yep.
Now, so basically, anybody that's, you know, a little bit worried that why doesn't it look, I told you, remember, I've been doing this for about 40 years. 40 years. Drawing every day for 40 years. That's no joke. So there's no need to be discouraged. What you've learned now, I tell you, 50% of the population of the earth have no clue how this is done. So you're one of the privileged now. You actually know the secret. They would never tell that we had all those construction lines on this. Okay, I can see Naomi. She's put up her hand. Go for it, Naomi.
I was gonna say, how do you never get bored of doing it?
You see, when you play that your violin, now you never get bored. Remember now?
Do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You see this one? This one is like sugar. Some people don't like sugar. I don't know what to explain it. It is now second nature because I've done it, so it's now habitual. Yeah. And because I'm not creating the same thing every time, it's nice to do, like, this is the first time I'm doing this. Can you imagine? And it's actually inspired me. I might want to do a painting of it. So because it's going to be new every time, it's actually good and it helps me. I'm actually inspired to do something new all the time. Any more questions? 3 more minutes for the questions.
You did a great job.
Thank you, my sister.
Uncle, was there ever a point where you wanted to stop?
Was there ever
not wanted to stop, but like you just got tired of?
Go again.
Was there ever a point where you just got tired of drawing? Like maybe like a day. Tired, like as in like you just couldn't be bothered. Well, like, do you ever like start a painting and then
Yes, there are many uncompleted paintings, definitely, because I might lose interest. Definitely. Yeah. Any more?
Follow-up question. Is it
Pardon?
that what normally makes you like tired of like the paintings that you haven't finished?
Yeah.
You know, what causes it?
It's pure laziness. When the spark is gone and you can't, and you just feel you're not feeling it. But so the way I've solved that is to make sure that when I have an idea, I put every distraction around and make sure I finish them. It doesn't always work that way because sometimes it has to do with moods, but overall, the ones that I don't finish is because I've got interest and pure laziness.
How do you become detail orientated? Wow, Sydney. Well, Ayo, should we go around and spotlight those paintings?
Yes, you know what they can do if they don't feel bad, if they can send all the JPEGs of their images to Ayo, and we can post them all. Like you can do 10 on Instagram, isn't it? Because I won't be able to see all the drawings, because I would love to give my comments on all the drawings.
You wouldn't want to see mine.
What do?
Well, we can do that in behind the scenes. Everybody, he doesn't mind.
Please send your drawings. So if you want my feedback, maybe Ayo can send it to me personally, and then I can feedback. But it'd be nice to see all what we've done, because this is like a workshop. Like, say if we did this at youth camp or at church, I will actually have an exhibition of all the works, and I will tell you exactly what I feel about all the paintings. Oh, sorry, all the works.
I think that would be a good idea. I think we can just we can find out everybody who's here. We can contact people individually if they're interested.
Yeah, please. If you want to have my feedback, and if you really want to do this and make sure that you want to feel how well did I do and how well can I improve? Yeah, we can sort this out. I'm just gonna make sure I let some drops come out of that head, because it should. You can't put the spare in and it won't have an explosion.
But my question is, how do you become more detail orientated? Because
in the drawing.
In the drawing, because I think I'm comparing yours and mine, and it's the details. Like I think I can get the vague overall structure, but it's the details that make it look good.
No, there's no detail in this one. You should know that it's looking like that because you're looking at it from afar. This is just, I haven't really put details, but what makes you detail has to do with taste. I'm not a detailed artist. You notice that there's some artists that they do photorealistic paintings, like you can actually pick out the pores in the drawings or whatever they do. It has to do with your personality and your taste. Some people naturally, they are detailed people in life. Like they will give you a detailed explanation. They're like OCD, everything needs to be arranged, picky. Oh, don't put that there, put this there. All that comes across in your art if you're an artist. Like some artists might look at this now and say, Adebanji, why didn't you put the line across the face there? And why didn't you do this part so that there would be a cheekbone? And why didn't you I'm like, give me a break, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's people like that. I'm more of an impressionist. I give you the impression to take away. So it's about taste.
Yeah.
Okay, since there's no more questions and there's nowhere else I can see the drawings, and you all put your drawings up so I can just scroll through. So put your drawings.
Okay, hold on.
So I can scroll past. I got Bamishe. Wow, you did well. Sydney, let's see. Wow. Sydney's like beast, man. Beast mode.
Not Sydney.
Who's it?
Who's that?
It's Victor.
Victor. Oh, Victor.
Oh my days. Victor killed it there. Okay, Debbie. Where's yours, Debbie? Debbie Tisalo. Okay, let's go. Comfort. Let's see yours.
Oh, Ayo, can you spotlight people as Babanji calls them out?
Oh, cool. Naomi, where's yours? Naomi, you're clapping. Okay, hold on. Let me see. More blessing. Let me see yours. More blessing.
Okay, hold on.
More blessing. You did well, oh. Wow.
It's not that good.
Show yours first. Don't show mine.
And blessings.
Okay.
Oh,
Who is that?
Colin.
Adele. Where's yours?
Adele, where's Adele?
Don't think anyone.
Oh, well done. David. No, nothing. Kirsty. Let's see yours.
Mine didn't go well.
Let's see it now.
Hers didn't go well.
Oh, wow. Oh. Ah.
Oh, wow.
Let me see it again now. I can see what you were doing. You tried now. Papa. Where's Ore? Let me see Ore's one. Oh, wow. I like that. Oh, wow. Ore did. Oh, my days. Ore got some real stuff going on in there. Let's see. AFM UK. Who's that?
It's me, Ayo.
Ayo. Let me see. Bring it. Oh, Ayo, you did well now. Put this pen in the devil's nose.
Well, I tried.
That's good. Brad Tuboso, let me see. Bring it closer now. Let's see. Oh, wow. Ah, show them. Show. You did well.
I can't even see it.
I can see yours.
Your angel needs to go to the gym. But it's very good. It's very good. It's very good. Muriel, let me see. Muriel. Wow, Muriel. Bring it closer.
I can't see Muriel.
Bring it closer, Muriel. Oh, wow. Muriel did a good job.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, my days. We got a clap for Muriel, though. Oh, wow. Okay, let me scroll more. Who else have I not seen? Let's go. Ola, Motso, Sheyi, Ayo. All these people not there. Star.
I wasn't drawing. I was just watching.
Okay, they're just watching. Oh, these are observers. Oh. I saw another one, girl. Whose one is this?
David.
That's mine.
Huh? That's cool. Whose one is that again?
David.
Which David?
From Birmingham.
Birmingham.
I don't know this David from Birmingham.
Fadairo.
Wow. Very good.
This is Debbie. Debbie Fadairo.
That's Debbie Fadairo. Oh my day. You guys
Debbie Fadairo's on Comfort's laptop.
Yep.
I think you've got, some of you, the Dairos, you've got that thing in your blood.
No.
The art thing. Okay.
Mercy, this is Mercy's. I'm about to put Mercy.
Okay, put Mercy's one on. Is that Mercy?
Yeah.
Well done, Mercy. The people did well. You are talking like you didn't like what you did.
It's not that great, but we tried.
Remember, this is not what you do every day, so don't be discouraged. And I think they recorded this, so you might be able to go over again and follow the steps.
Yeah, we're gonna try and upload it
on
YouTube.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send the image I used to Ayo, and I'm gonna send the drawing. Okay, is that cool?
That's fine.
Thank you, everyone. Who's gonna lead us in the closing prayers then?
Folu Eludire.
Folu, lead us, please.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let us pray. Our Father, in Jesus' name,
Amen.
we thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to gather together, accept our thanks and praises in Jesus' name. Thank you because you've taught us how to draw today, and we're thankful because we not just only drew, but you showed us how to draw an angel stepping on the devil. We're praying that this will be used like as a sign in our lives, like in all areas where the devil is trying to take an upper hand. We're asking that you will step in down and give us total victory.
Amen.
We're thankful for what you've done so far, and we are praying that you continue with us as we have the remaining activities for this online youth camp. And we're
Amen.
praying that you bless each and every one of us. Bless our
Amen.
teacher, bless all of the students, help us to be better artists, and help us in all of our endeavors in life. For in Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Uncle
Thank you,
Banty.
Uncle Banty.
Thank you, Uncle.
Thank you.
You're a
Thank
great
you.
influence.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
It's just three of us. Let's
Bye.
move on.
Bye.
You can see me.
Bye.